So today we're going to play the career of the Martian Jasson Dominguez. It was announced that the Yankees would be calling him up for their upcoming series against the Astros, and at 20 years old, the hype is real. For a player that's been compared to some of the greatest players in all of baseball already, and only been in the minor leagues for like 2.5 seasons, this is a pretty big jump up to the major leagues. So let's see what he can do at the major league level and play out his career. It was also announced that Austin Wells was getting called up to the major league level, so boom, we'll add him to the team. And then to kind of make way for Jasson Dominguez, they kind of just said, you know what, Harrison Bader, goodbye, put you on waivers. But you know what, Jasson Dominguez, it's time to add him to the team, get him into the squad, and now let's put him into the major league lineup. So here's the man of the hour, Jasson Dominguez, who has now moved up to a 77 overall after the start of this season. We're currently where we would be in real life, the end of August, essentially beginning of September. And like I said, he is in the lineup in center field for the New York Yankees at just 20 years old. And as you can see, the development so far, not really great hitting wise, which is not what you want to see, but hopefully it'll get better. It is nice to see the vision and discipline going up though, so that'll help the rest of the stats as his career moves on. But 77 overall, 20 years old, like we've mentioned, switch hitter. It's time. The Martian has landed. Before we get any further, we've partnered with Underdog Fantasy. Go check them out for your daily fantasy sports. Here in September, I'm going to be posting a lot more pick'em entries, not just for MLB, but the NFL season is starting up. And it's not just MLB and NFL. They've got plenty of sports for you guys to all play. So if this sounds interesting to you, make sure you all sign up, use code ANT, and Underdog Fantasy will match your first deposit up to $100. So here we are, Jasson Dominguez debut in the major leagues. Let's see what he can do here. Facing Framber Valdez, it'll be an interesting matchup for sure. He takes a pitch down the middle to start his first AB, but you know what? I'm pretty happy. Let's see what the Martian can do. As you can see, the Astros are 70 and 65. Interesting. But here we go, 0-2 count, first AB in the majors, and he goes down swinging. Not what you want. So the Astros have taken a 1-0 lead with the guy on first for Jasson Dominguez here in the top of the third, and he's taking some pretty good pitches to hit. It's just he's swinging at bad pitches. We got to get him to deliver here. And okay, pitch out of the zone, good eye. So a 1-1 count here. I feel something good. I feel like something good's gonna happen. They quick pitch him, and he rips it down the third base line. I feel like this is only gonna be a second and third situation, but you know what? A double for Jasson Dominguez on his debut. Controller goes flying. Oh, they brought him in to score. So first major league hit and RBI for Jasson Dominguez. The Astros have taken a 4-3 lead. Judge ended up hitting a 2-run home run after Jasson Dominguez double, but then Astros came back and took the lead. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Framber Valdez, I doubt gets a complete game in this one, but a 43 game, 2 outs here in the 5th, Jasson Dominguez up. I feel like a home run to the Crawford boxes, that'd be pretty nice. 1-0 count, pitch down in the zone, gets the strike call. It was a strike, so 1-1 now. And man, a home run would really just top off this debut. That's a good pitch. I don't think he's beating this out. I think that's a routine ground ball. And potentially his last AB of the game. Currently the Yankees with a 5-4 lead thanks to 2 home runs from Aaron Judge, and then also a home run from Kyle Higashioka. So Judge has 2 home runs on the day, and then Higashioka followed it up with another solo shot. So Judge solo shot, Higashioka solo shot, and it is 5-4, and this is probably a double play. Oh, Jasson Dominguez wheels it out, runs it out, beats the throw, whatever you want to call it, but the Yankees still hold the lead. We'll see what Judge can do, as he's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs, having a pretty crazy season. But let's see here, let's hop into it, and we'll see what he does. He walks, and then Stanton strikes out. So basically from here on out, it's just management of the game, which, to be honest, I don't really care what happens. I'm more worried about what Jasson Dominguez can do. Can we get him one more AB? I doubt it, unless they get some sort of rally in the in the 9th inning. So let's see what happens here. And inning over. So unless they need one hit. Okay, there it is. So back-to-back home runs makes it a 7-4 game. Can Jasson Dominguez make it back-to-back-to-back? They're going to bring in Hector Neris to face the rookie, the debutant. 1 for 4. He's got that RBI double. That's a good day. You know what? Yeah, you're 1 for 4. Yeah, the average may look not the best, but getting an RBI double on your first game of your career, that's, hey, getting a hit in your first game, getting your first game in the majors is an accomplishment. So here we are, 0-1 count. Let's see what the Martian can do. And the pitch up in the zone. Good take. Good take. Most people are chasing that fastball out of the zone. All right, 1-1 count. Pitch down in the zone. He takes it for a ball. 2-1 now. Friendly count for Jasson Dominguez. I'm feeling a good pitch here. I'm feeling a gap shot. Here it comes. Right down the middle. He gets under it. That was a pitch to do it. And sadly, he's going to finish the day 1 for 5. To quickly round out the game, let's see what happens here. Go to the closer in Clay Holmes. And a little maybe quick outing. A run scores. But the Yankees do win. And like I said, Dominguez 1 for 5 on the day. So in this world, somehow the Yankees made the postseason, but that's not the point. We're here to talk about our man, Jasson Dominguez. Let's quickly see if anything happened here. No, Judge won the Hank Aaron. Ohtani is your MVP, along with Pete Alonso. Spencer Strider and Ohtani are winning the Cy Young. And we'll see if anything else kind of pops up. Julian is Rookie of the Year, along with Kodai Senga. Okay, so Jasson Dominguez. What are we looking like? Hitting in the 2 spot, had 90 at-bats, so technically he'll still be a rookie next year. And 29 hits, 1 home run, a triple, 9 doubles, and 11 RBIs. Finished the year 322 with the 419 on-base percentage and almost a 900 OPS. That's pretty good. Almost the same amount of strikeouts and walks. Like, not bad at all. I'm impressed. +7? He had like +1. At one point. So now he just takes off at the major league level and they're like, you know what? Yeah, take all the attributes now, because we're gonna see what he can do. So all right, first like season in the majors. We're not gonna call this one a season. Let's get to 2024 and see what he can do at the major league level. So our first full season is over. Let's see how Jasson Dominguez did. So right off the rip, you can see a 253 average, but he's up to an 82 overall, so not too bad, and he's clearly the leadoff hitter. Attributes wise, we said he's up to an 82 and a +9 versus contact, or 4 contact versus lefties, and then everything else is kind of around like the 4 range in terms of positives or growth. Only a -1 for stealing and base running aggressiveness. But MLB stats, let's see here. 152 hits, 20 home runs. Okay, struck out 142 times, almost 50 walks, 16 stolen bases. Not a terrible season. Like the average on base percentage, you know, the OPS is a little bit low, but overall the numbers aren't too terrible. Like they're not bad at all. You couldn't really expect him to put up a 322 average consistently right off the rip. And at 21 years old, this is a young player. Like you got to think of like Bryce Harper entering the league, Juan Soto entering the league, like super young. There's going to be some growing pains. And let's see here in terms of offense, 6 errors. Okay, he's at a 3.1 WAR. Like again, that's not terrible. Like that's not terrible at all. That's a pretty solid season for Jasson Dominguez. So let's see, any award? No award. Was he in the race? No. Carlton Henderson was just the best player in the world apparently for rookies. Tyler Soderstrom and then Corey Julks was also in the race. So all right, sadly no Rookie of the Year. Yankees are in the postseason though, so let's see how that plays out. They advance. Okay, for the next round against the Rays, how are they going to do? They lose the first one, and it comes down to the final game. It's 2-2, and they lose. The Padres ended up winning a World Series, and last year it was the Braves where Vaughn Grissom was the World Series MVP. But season 1 is officially over. Let's get to season 2. We're only in season 2, but Jasson Dominguez is making an impact. We've got our first All-Star game appearance with a 290 average at this point of the season, up to an 85 overall. Looks to be one of the better center fielders in the game. He is growing so quickly. Like, I feel like some of these career sims lately, we've been seeing some crazy growth. I wonder if there was like a secret patch MLB implemented into the game, but look at the season he is putting up. It's insane. Second season's over. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Jasson Dominguez, and the numbers look like they cooled off a little bit. So up to an 85 overall. So at least that doesn't look too bad, right? Like +7, +6, you know, little +1s, couples 3s sprinkled in. But then it looks like he just absolutely forgot how to hit a baseball the second half of the season, down to a 250 average again. The on-base percentage at least went up a little bit compared to last year. Same thing with the slugging and the OPS. But compared to that all-star stat line, this looks like he just didn't hit a baseball the rest of the season, which is super disappointing. Looking at the team, you know, the team definitely needs some work. It's looking a little rough. Pitching wise, you can kind of see it's basically the same. Like, there's not many changes there. But man, that offense is lacking. They didn't make the postseason, which I wonder if like the rest of the division. No, the division like not even that crazy. They missed out by 6 games in the wild card. We do have a league leader. It's Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge. But Jasson Dominguez, I don't even think won no Silver Slugger, obviously. He didn't have the best year there. And no Gold Glove. Okay, so we saw the stat line, you know, pretty similar to last year. Maybe a little bit higher on the WAR, 4.7. Wow, okay. I'd guess defensively he was a lot better. So there's that. But okay. Not a bad season, but you definitely would like a little bit better. So let's see what he can do in season 3. Season 3, it seems like we've hit a little bit of a rough patch. I mean, looking at those numbers, it doesn't look too great. I mean, up to an 88 overall, -2 for contacts versus lefty isn't the worst thing. Like, you look at all of his attributes and you think he'd be a pretty solid player. Good vision, the vision's a little low, but the discipline's good. The clutch is good. The contact numbers are in the 70s. Like, they're not bad. But then you see what he did, and he only hit 223 with a 689 OPS, which it's not good. It's just the hits aren't coming. You know, the strikeouts are still less. He's getting the same amount of at-bats. So at least the strikeout numbers are going down. The walks are going up. So at least that's helping him. Like, the on-base percentage is still around the same place. It's just the slugging and the hitting just kind of dropped this year, which is super disappointing because everything else looks like it's doing pretty well. You know, still a 3.3 WAR player. I mean, he's walking 12% of the time, striking out under 20% of the time. Those are great percentages to have. You know, you just got to get that average up like that, you know, actually get some hits and get producing a little bit more. I know being a leadoff hitter, probably not ideal. You maybe put him in the 2 spot, you know, maybe get Volpe up there. I don't know, maybe switch it up a little bit. But for now, you can see things aren't looking good for the Yankees. Yeah. That's happening. So again, no award, sadly, from what I saw. Didn't see like a Gold Glove or anything, but yeah, a little bit of a rough patch in season 3. Before we hop into season 4, if you aren't already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button because a huge percentage of you aren't. And if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting that like button down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think is gonna happen in Jasson Dominguez debut. I think, you know what? I'm predicting a double in his debut. Kind of like the video. I think he's going to get a double. And in the 4th season, we have Jasson Dominguez with his 2nd All-Star game appearance and up to a 90 overall. Like, he looks like he's going to be absolutely insane. And the numbers so far, they're looking pretty good. Not as crazy as what we've seen, but like, you know what? If he can keep this stat line for the whole season, this is what I'm looking for. Season 4, I did forget to point out last year's World Series winner, and that was the Red Sox. So there's that, and then you can also see the Guardians for the last 2 seasons. But let's see here. Anything going on? Nope, just Judge and Vlad Jr. taking over the league. But let's go take a look, because at least the Yankees made the postseason this year. And of course, we want to win a World Series. Of course, we want to get him at MVP. That's the whole goal of a career sim. We're trying to make Jasson Dominguez the best player possible. And that helps when you got a good team around you. And as a leadoff hitter, man, those power numbers didn't go up. That's not what you want. But at least we're seeing some contact development, vision development, clutch development, and the rest of the numbers are going up too. So 90 overall at the age of 24, and there we go. That's a better season. I still think we could see better. 260 average is a huge jump up in terms of on-base percentage. Not bad at 335, and the OPS at 771. 47 doubles is pretty impressive. Like, I'm liking the numbers, you know, mid-20s stolen bases, getting caught quite a bit. But hey, the numbers look pretty solid. It looks like the walks also went down, which doesn't help, but okay. Not too bad. Defensively, he's got to get better out there. It's not good enough, but a 4.2 WAR, and again, not a bad season. Not a bad season at all. I'm liking it. Probably his best season in terms of just numbers across the board, because we can't really take this first month that he played, but looking so far so good. Can't complain about that, especially 50 doubles. Gotta love it. Or 47, since I know some of you are going to be, well, he's not 50, it's 47. All right, postseason time. What's going to happen with the Red Sox? Game 1, they win. Game 2, they win. There you go. So now for the series versus the not the Red Sox, the Angels. This is the Angels. Let's see what happens here. Game 1, they get the win. Game 2, so far so good. Game 3, on to the next one. Take it on the Guardians. This one could be tough. The Guardians seem like they're a good team, a recent World Series winner. And is it going to matter? No, they sweep them. And they're going to be taking on the Braves or the Cubs in the World Series. So really quick, let's just go take a look and see what the Braves are looking like at this point of the future, or at this point in the future. You got Vaughn Grissom. Soto has joined Acuna with Michael Harris in center field. Talk about an outfield. And then, I mean, that's an interesting team for sure. The fact that Drake Baldwin's getting in over Sean Murphy's a little crazy. And they also have Kyle Schwarber on the bench. Okay, this Yankees lineup, as we hop over to the Yankees now, we've got Dominguez, Josh Rojas is somehow good, Vlad Jr., Judge, Tyler Stevenson, Peraza, Cabrera, Volpe, talk about homegrown right there. They also have Austin Wells and Spencer Jones on the bench. Okay, interesting team so far. Let's see what happens with the squad. And they are 2-2. Game away from elimination, and it is a Game 7 World Series we gotta hop in. So Game 7 of the World Series away in Atlanta. Let's see what the Yankees can do. Woo, first World Series appearance for Jasson Dominguez. The Braves now have Hurston Waldrop up, a recent draft pick in real life. I think it was this year, actually. Yeah, it was this year. And let's see what happens. With Jasson Dominguez leading off the game, a rainy situation going on. He's hitting 338 so far. It's not bad. Took a pitch down in the zone to start the AB 1-0. And we've got two young players here. Okay, 101 up in the zone. Woo! All right, 1-1, and chases a changeup down in the dirt. 1-2. Can't start off with a strikeout. Can't start off with an out. Let's start it off with the bang. Fouls off 100 in on the hands. So here we go, 1-2 count, and it looks like they're targeting inside. Almost hits him in the, almost hit him in the family jewels. 2-2, and it's looking good for Jasson Dominguez. I'm feeling good. This could be a real good game for him. Maybe he wins the MVP because of it, and oh man, I jinxed him. So for the rest of the inning, let's see, nothing happens. Sevy is going to take the mound for the Yankees, and nothing happens there. Okay. Anything for the Yankees? No. Anything for the Braves? No. Okay, so back to the top of the lineup for Jasson Dominguez. And here's the pitch. 100 up in the zone. It's got to be crazy. Last 9 games for Dominguez, 7 runs. 0 for 1 on the day, though. And not a bad pitch to swing at. A little bit outside, but he does get the call. So 1-1 now, or at least the pitcher got the call. 1-1. What's Dominguez going to do with this pitch? It's a good pitch to hit. Just hits it into the ground. Albies botches it. Dominguez can't beat it out. And it's 2 outs. So finishing off the inning, it looks like nothing's going to happen. And I mean, this is a little bit of a pitcher's duel so far. Nothing really like standing out in terms of like a team that could break it open or at least break the deadlock at 0-0. And maybe here with the single? No, Jasson Dominguez is back up. Both starters are cruising. So top of the 6th, we have a combined 6 hits in the game. And is that going to be? No, Austin Riley is going to make the play, and Jasson Dominguez 0 for 3. I think I really did jinx him. So for the rest of the inning, we've got a walk. Vladdy singles first and second with 1 out for the captain, Aaron Judge. 0 for 2 on the day, but he singles and loads the bases for the catcher, Tyler Stevenson, who strikes out. And then Peraza brings home the run. It is 1-0. That's a big run right there. That is a huge run, especially for the way Sevy's pitching. That might just be enough. Volpe reaches on an error, Madrigal hits into a double play, and this is potentially Jasson Dominguez's last chance to impact this World Series. So it looks like they're going to leave the starter out there to try to finish the inning. I mean, 90 pitches, 7... I thought he did it. I thought it was a rip down the line, and as you can see, the splits are a little different for Jasson Dominguez, hitting over 400 versus lefties and a 293 versus righties. I mean, even 293 versus righties is pretty impressive, but now down 0-2 very quickly, and not a day for Jasson Dominguez. But now back to Sevy. Let's see what happens. An error starting off the inning, but the double play follows it up. That's not bad. It's good to see. And again, first and second to start the inning, a strikeout, a flyout, and a fielder's choice. Really, that is not what you want to see. First and third for Sevy. I feel like you gotta take him out. I feel like you gotta. We're gonna go to who's up right now? A lefty. No lefties, huh? We gotta bring in Rodon, and we gotta hope that he gets it out. He does. Strikes him out. For some reason, no runners were on base, even though there were, and they get out of it. One hit, one base runner allows Dominguez to get a fifth at bat. Can they do it? Don't hit into a double play. Okay, that's a good start. Bases loaded for the Martian. So huge hitters count, and Jasson Dominguez, it's gonna drop in left field. Soto reads it poorly. Jasson Dominguez delivers. 2 RBI single. Martian finally did something. I mean, that I feel like, I don't even know if he catches that with a good jump. I don't think he does. That actually dropped pretty far in front of him, and then the throw was way offline. And that's going to be it for Bailey Ober, but Jasson Dominguez, that's a huge clutch hit. And finishing out the inning with, I mean, there's still 0 outs, but they get one there. 2 runs scored thanks to Vlad Jr., and at this point, 5-0. Feels like a pretty comfortable lead. Still going to turn to one of the relievers, and let's see if Keegan Thompson can close it out for the Yankees. Can he do it? One more out. Let's find out. And it's not an easy out to get. It is Matt Olson, who is 0 for 3 on the day, and it is a 4-run lead, and that's a good start. Fastball low in the zone. So 0-1 count, and gets the curveball low and away as well. Maybe that's the plan of attack. Low and away, Matt Olson can't do the damage. I think Matt Olson can really hit any pitch that he wants to, but doesn't chase the fastball up in the zone. Down to their last strike. Can the Braves keep it alive, or is it going to end for the Yankees? Almost hits him in the back foot. Alrighty, 2-2 count. Final strike. Keegan Thompson gets some chasing. And there it is. The Yankees are World Series champions. Jasson Dominguez is a World Series champion. It seems as though Aaron Boone has been kicked out from that shot there. I don't even see Aaron Boone at all. It looks like they got a different manager, but the 2027 World Series champions, New York Yankees. I mean, definite players, Luis Severino, obviously Jasson Dominguez with the 2 RBIs, but now we got to see who's the World Series MVP. Oswaldo Cabrera wins it. That's tough. 357 average with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. Let's see what Jasson Dominguez did. 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and a 329 average. I mean, when you look at the rest of the team, honestly, yeah, like Oswaldo Cabrera was really his only competition. Like, yeah, Josh Rojas, but I feel like Jasson Dominguez definitely had a case for MVP. I don't know. I feel like he did. Jasson Dominguez has another All-Star appearance here in the 5th season. It looks like we're starting to really hit some crazy growth here, up to a 92 overall. He's hitting 300. Numbers look pretty good. Let's take a look at Jasson Dominguez in his 5th season. 94 overall, 25 years old. I mean, hitting stats look great. Fielding stats look great. And his stats for the season, okay, 200 hits almost. 24 home runs, 42 doubles. Okay. I mean, that's a great season. 300 average, a 371 on base percentage, and an 859 OPS. There we go. So we're talking about good fielding percentage as well. Strikeout rate down to 16%, 7.2 WAR. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That is a huge season. No award, sadly, as you can see. He's not in the race for the MVP. What about like the batting title or anything? No. Okay, what about a Silver Slugger? No Silver Slugger. Oswaldo Cabrera got one. He hit 38 home runs. Ooh, okay. What about a Gold Glove? Gold Glove? No, wasn't even in the race. Okay, what about like batting WAR? 8.2. So he was top 5 in terms of batting WAR. And then hits wise, he was number 2, only behind Corey Seager. And we all know Corey Seager is like Barry Bonds in franchise, along with Shohei. So there's that. You know what? Oh, I mean, Yordan too. Yordan's pretty good, huh? Yeah. All right, so there's a couple other hitters he's got to compete with. But up to a 94, Jasson Dominguez is looking pretty good. Got 1 more year on his contract. Can the Yankees afford him? I guess that's the big question mark. Yeah, they've got a lot of money coming off the books. They should be able to afford him, like Garrett Cole. Carlos Rodon is gone. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that money. But 1 more season of The Martian. But first, at the postseason. So here we go. Final game. Okay. I think we're getting to the point where we're going to see a multiple time all-star because Jasson Dominguez is just, he's going crazy. Only 6 home runs, so the power numbers really aren't getting better. But it's up to a 95 overall. Like, even the power numbers are going down, which is kind of something that, like, is surprising that we're not seeing the power really develop with him. He looks like he's going to end up being just a really, really good contact hitter where he'll sprinkle in maybe, you know, mid-teen home runs, which again is not bad. But yeah, his numbers look absolutely insane. The average on base percentage, OPS, everything looks good. He's going to sprinkle in some hot, like, I can't even say sprinkle in. He's putting in 25 plus stolen bases per season too. So yeah, I mean, the hitting numbers are there. It looks like this is our center fielder moving forward. I guess that's if the Yankees do decide to bring him back. In the 6th season, we finally got some league leading stats at least. No awards, but we can say we got a small win. And here they are, doubles and triples. So he's getting some extra base hits. He was in the race for a silver slugger, so that's nice to see. And as you can see, the numbers there look pretty good. But it looks like he does get moved to the 2nd spot in the lineup. And yeah, like we've said, the power numbers have dipped a little bit, but everything else looks absolutely amazing. And at 96 overall, you can see the numbers here. Eclipses 50 doubles. He's got 14 home runs, 12 triples, which is a career high. Same thing with the doubles. And he still is in the teens for home runs, which is not a bad total at all. 88 RBIs, 29 stolen bases. He does get caught 10 times. It seems like that's kind of like the average, but a 300 average, 381 on base percentage, and an 859 OPS. Like, he looks like he has fully arrived, and we've seen the Martian just absolutely take over the league. A WAR of 7.5. We've seen that he was in the race for a silver slugger. Defensively, he was pretty good, didn't win a gold glove, and he's walking 10% of the time while also striking out only 15% of the time. He is a very, very good elite center fielder. Comparing him to the other center fielders in the league, there really aren't too many others that are like at his level. Jackson Churio, who is another top prospect, is really the closest one in terms of overall that we've seen so far, along with Pete Crow Armstrong. So it seems like the younger guys have started to take over the league, which makes sense. At this point, we're pretty far into the future where, okay, Julio, yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good center fielders now. Yeah, I mean, even Mike Trout, yeah, he's 37 years old. You'd expect some fall off. Eric Davis, he's back in the league. Looks a little different. But like I was saying, you know, he's definitely one of the elite center fielders in the league. And there seems to be about a handful of them, but he's definitely one of them. So the Yankees, again, make the postseason. It is his contract year. Shohei versus the Yankees. What's going to happen here? It is going to be, once we get past all of these notifications, they get eliminated. The Braves ended up winning the World Series. Let's see who was the MVP. Yeah, that's a name. That's a name. I know he's a real player. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm just going to say it. And then the Rangers look like the team that lost it. Bo Naylor won the MVP last year. Okay. So now it comes down to this. Where's Jasson Dominguez taking his talents to? Or is he remaining with the Yankees? It's going to be an interesting one. Freddie Freeman makes the Hall of Fame. Let's see what happens here. It'll be interesting. Do they re-sign him? They have the money to do it. Does he re-sign? Uh-oh. Sorry, Yankees fans, but this is the outcome. Jasson Dominguez has signed a 7-year deal with the Houston Astros. Definitely not something the Yankees would love to see, but he's a Houston Astro now. The Yankees didn't bring anybody back. They let Volpe walk as well as Cabrera. They literally didn't bring anybody back. They had the money to do it. What are they doing? They literally, you can see it. Oswaldo Cabrera went to the Mets. Volpe went to the Tigers. Vlad Jr. went to the Angels. They're letting everybody go. So with this new team, Jasson Dominguez is going to be the leadoff hitter with Kyle Tucker, Yordan, Adley Rutschman, Russell Sanchez, Brendan Donovan, Ty France, Colin Barber, and Jeremy Pena. Their pitching staff looks like Gavin Williams, Elder, Javier, Spencer Arrighetti, and a few others. I mean, this team looks good. Currently ranked 2nd in baseball. Ooh, okay. So in season 7, Jasson Dominguez, once again, he's an all-star. I mean, the guy's good. Jasson Dominguez once again has league leading stats to finish the year, doubles and runs. So there's that. But it looks like maybe the Yankees didn't need Jasson Dominguez after all. They did make the postseason, but we do have an award for the Astros. Russell Sanchez wins MVP. So it's not Jasson Dominguez. He is in the race for a Silver Slugger. He isn't gonna win it. He looks like he was the fourth man, just outside of the Silver Slugger award, and no Gold Glove. It seems like he's gonna be on the outside the entire time, but up to a 98 overall. Crazy growth. The power numbers did go up, which is good to see, and as you can see, the numbers are crazy. Like, this is a really well-rounded player. And doubles, again, close to 50. Home runs up to 27, which is a career high, so that's good to see. RBIs are at 78. Walks are still in like the high numbers. 71 is a good number of walks, and strikeouts at 126. So stolen bases also a career high. I mean, career high in slugging, career high in OPS. This is a good season. This is a really good year. And like I said, at 98 overall, you'd kind of expect that. There it is. 7 WAR. Walk percentage went down a little bit. K percentage went up a little bit, but still, the dude's elite. The guy's insane. And let's see what he can do with this squad. I mean, he's got an MVP on his team. He's still got Jordan here. I mean, the team looks pretty stacked. Can they make it to the postseason? Or they made it to the postseason. Can they make it to a World Series? They win that matchup. So now for this series with the Tigers, they lose the first and the second. I mean, they got to stay alive here. They win. Fourth game with Arrighetti on the mound. Okay, they've got one more game. Can they do it? They lose. Oh no. And in the end, it's the Angels winning a World Series. Is Mike Trout on the Angels still? Like, did he make the lineup? I don't think he did. Oh, that's tough. No, he played 100 games. They didn't put him in the lineup. That's cruel. That's cruel. It's like clockwork at this point. He's an all-star, up to a 98 overall still. And I mean, 300 average. Holy cow, Riley Green's on fire. But hey, those numbers are pretty good for Jasson Dominguez. Season 8 is over and Jasson Dominguez has finally hit 99 overall. I mean, look at those attributes and stats. That's a pretty good season. So it looks like we've kind of capped out everything. He really didn't improve too much more, which, you know, I fully expect to kind of see some ups and downs over the next few years. Contract-wise, he's still got like, what, 6 years? So we've got plenty of time there. But 187 hits, 52 doubles, so a career high there, 26 home runs. And I mean, I feel like we're seeing some crazy numbers. 300 average, career high, career high, career high, career high. Like, this was a career year for Jasson Dominguez. Does it show for the WAR? 7.3, so not his best WAR, but overall still really, really good. Like, this is an elite player to have in your lineup. This is crazy good. Sadly, it's just not translating to MVPs because you got two other center fielders in the league who are putting up just slightly better seasons. You know, you see what Riley Green is putting up. That's a pretty good year. And the thing that's the difference is the RBIs and the home runs. And really, the RBIs are just because he's hitting probably like 3 or 4 in the lineup, and he's just got better power, so he's going to have more home runs. Same thing with Evan Carter. The home runs and the RBIs are kind of the clear difference. I mean, the on-base percentage is kind of nice too, but that's a little unfortunate. No Silver Slugger race. I mean, he really hasn't won a single award, which is super disappointing. Not even a postseason appearance this year. And I mean, realistically, it's just been All-Star game after All-Star game, and then that one World Series win. So yeah, Jasson Dominguez is a really good player, but he really needs those awards to set himself apart from the other players. Okay, we're in season 10. So what happened with season 9 was my recording crashed. So I completely lost all of season 9, but you know what? Let's finish off with season 10. So really quickly, let me talk to you about season 9 because he won a Silver Slugger. As you can see, he finished with the Silver Slugger. He got one. He was also an all-star, which sadly in season 10 he was not an all-star. And as you can see, no Silver Slugger and no Gold Glove throughout his career, which is super disappointing. No MVPs so far through 10 seasons. And also, sadly, it looks like he is going to start to regress. So season 9 all-star and a Silver Slugger. Season 10 nothing. So a really good player. It's just he also was competing with Julio Rodriguez, Riley Green, you know, Mike Trout at the beginning of his career. Like, a lot of good center fielders. Even like Luis Robert, you can throw that name in too. So at 30 years old, he's still got a few years before he really starts to regress, but sadly you can kind of see he is regressing already. I mean, 30 doubles, 25 home runs, 10 triples. The numbers are still really solid. Strikeout numbers went down, walks went up from the previous season, but the average definitely dropped on base percentage, slugging, and OPS. So definitely a down year. But you know what? After 10 years with a 275 average and an 824 OPS, you can't complain about that at all. On top of that, 213 home runs, 426 doubles, and almost 100 triples with 256 stolen bases. Like, that's a really strong career. And then we'll wrap it up with a 58.9 WAR. Let's compare that to some of the other players. Evan Longoria is in that range. Sammy Sosa is at 58.6. We've got Willie Stargell at 57.6, Joe Torre at 57.5, and then moving up, Ichiro at 60, Yogi Berra at 59.5, Mike Piazza at 59.5. So he's in that range after 10 years in the majors, and we could still get him up a little bit more. So 10 years, there's Jasson Dominguez's career so far. So now I'll see you guys at the end of it. We'll fast forward to the day he retires. Will he be a Hall of Famer? Let me know you guys' thoughts down below. 2045, Jasson Dominguez has finally retired, and on screen now I'm going to show you the couple awards that he won while we were simming through up until his retirement point. We've got 3 Hank Aaron's, and I'm also showing you what kind of damage he was doing at 35, because he was actually doing pretty well, hitting kind of at an elite level. So here we go. Like I said, the guy was mashing. Like, he hit 30 and then just kind of became good again. Like, he was decreasing, and then he went back up to like 99 and then held 98 for a couple seasons. And as you can see, the age of 43, he's finally retired. Been out of the league for a little bit. He did sign with the Padres for a few years. And I mean, like, you can see like a 305 season with 31 home runs at 2038. Like, that's pretty good. Sadly, no MVPs, like, which is really unfortunate. A couple Hank Aaron's, the Silver Slugger, and multiple All-Star games. Over 10. It was over 10 throughout his career. But as you can see, like, he was putting up some really good numbers. And even though his hitting stats were decreasing, he still was able to compete with some of the best. I mean, look at this 2036 season. Like, insane. You know, the 2037, the first year with the Padres, he had a 984 OPS with 33 home runs, which is absolutely crazy. So a total of 374 home runs in his career, just shy of 3,000 hits, but a 288 average with an 861 OPS and a total WAR of 106.9. That's a pretty good career. 106.9 puts him at 24th all time, a tie with Nap LaJoy. You know what I'm talking about. But top 25 all time in terms of baseball WAR is absolutely crazy. He's around Frank Robinson. You've got Mike Schmidt, Greg Maddux, Pujols at 101.5. You've got Ricky Henderson at 111.2. Like, all within 5, places there. Jasson Dominguez put up Hall of Fame numbers, some of the best all time. I guess if you're just looking at WAR, home runs and everything, they're still pretty good, but like there's better home run hitters. So in the end, is Jasson Dominguez a Hall of Fame player? He is. He does retire as a Hall of Fame inductee in 2045, and there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content, and of course, check out this video right here. This is what YouTube recommends you check out. That's about it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.